this was going to happen. I knew that there was going to be some sort of dramatic ending when it comes to this group here. The group that we have just seen when it comes to Group E. E stands for emergency, right? For today, Group E stands for emergency. Yesterday, we were talking about how Group C standing for crazy. Group E stands for emergency because we needed Germany to score those goals, because if Germany did not score those goals, we probably would have seen Spain come out. So because Germany were able to come back 4-2, at one point Costa Rica were winning. At one point, Spain was in third place and Germany was going to come out with them. We needed Germany to score these goals. So they did us a favor. Kai Havertz basically saved Spain because of what Spain have done against Japan. Japan were also able to come out on top against Spain 2-1. Japan were able to beat both Germany and Spain. And so again, it was a very I would say up and down moment in the last 20 minutes for both games, because we did not know what was going to happen. Like at one point, like I said, Costa Rica was winning. At one point, Germany was winning. At one point, Spain was winning and everything looked safe. At one point, Japan was also winning and they maintained that win, which ended 2-1. So we're like, oh my God, like is Spain actually going to bottle this game? Like, are they really going to do that after beating Costa Rica like by 7 goals? It made no sense for Spain to like lose in this way, especially when we knew that Spain probably had one of the best attacks in this group. So Group E was everywhere, right? It was everywhere, and I want to congratulate the people who support Japan, the people out there in Japan, in that country, for going through the round of 16 and going through there. I think that these players did what they had to do. They topped the group. Obviously, Spain comes in second place. Everybody thought that Germany and Spain were going to go through, but Japan ended up being in first place only because they were able to beat Spain and Germany, 2 giant nations. And so congratulations towards Japan. I'm very happy for Japan. They played very well. The way that Japan were able to beat both Germany and Spain, it is because of what they did in the second half of this game, right? In the last 45 minutes, they were able to basically study what did happen in the first half for both Germany and Spain, and then come out with a great answer in the second half. So you can see that a big part of the reason why Japan were able to find so much success in this group is because of the coach. He was able to read exactly what were the problems and what were going to be the solutions, and how are they going to deliver those solutions. This game between Spain and Japan, one of the reasons why Japan were able to score these goals against Spain and take away the 3 points, it is because they pressed so hard against Spain's defensive line. And it's unfortunate to see that, right? Because Alejandro Balde was the one that had the ball we're talking about the first goal here with Japan. Alejandro Balde was the one that had the ball. He barely had possession of it because one of the players were pressing Balde like a lot. Like I'm telling you, when Japan were pressing, they were pressing Spain's defense so aggressively. And so Balde lost the ball. Japan had possession of the ball, and then they were able to score the goal. And then Pau Torres was like, what the heck was going on? How were they able to score a goal like this out of nowhere, right? Because we thought that Spain were going to come out with a clean sheet and maybe win 2-0, 3-0, but out of just nowhere. In the last 45 minutes of this game, Japan just went through Spain's defense. And it's scary, because now that I think about it, I'm like, okay, so if Spain is going to show this type of vulnerability, right, in this World Cup, teams like Argentina can really, really harm Spain. Really harm Spain, because it showed me that, and it showed everybody that Spain are not that good when it comes to them getting pressed like aggressively. And Spain has been known to really deal with the press, to be able to make those fast passes to get away from their own side. One of the solutions to that could have probably helped Luis Enrique Spain would be by using Eric Garcia. He is like the master when it comes to getting pressed and coming out with the ball. But he did not want to use Eric Garcia for some reason. We had Rodri and Pau Torres starting in that back line with Azpilicueta on the right and Alejandro Balde on the left back position. Like I said, I feel like this was a game for Eric Garcia to play in because of his distribution and how fast he does distribute those balls. But it is what it is. Luis Enrique did not trust Eric Garcia in this game, and Rodri and Pau Torres looked very uncomfortable in the second half. And the coach of Japan, he knew exactly what to do and where were the weaknesses, and especially with Alejandro Balde. Balde was not able to cope with the amount of pressure. I wish I could say this guy's name for Japan, but I really can't. I can't say it. It's like Moriyasu. I want to congratulate you, Moriyasu, for having such a great performance, not just for against Spain, but overall in this group. I have so much respect for teams like this to really knock out these giants. right? Like, for example, another one that really impressed me in the first game was Saudi Arabia. Like the fact that you were able to stop Argentina's attack and win against Argentina, amazing. I love that. I love underdog stories, and especially with Japan. So congratulations to Japan. Congratulations to the fans. Please enjoy this moment. Celebrate. Go out there. Go to the bar. Go get some drinks. Do whatever you guys like to do. Just celebrate. Enjoy this moment, because you don't know when it's going to be the next time you experience something like this. So even with the players, I wish they can go out to celebrate, but they have to worry about the next game. Their next game is going to be against, let's see, because I know that they have the schedule up to date, and we have Japan now facing Croatia in the round of 16. That could have been Spain, right? It could have been Spain versus Croatia, but now Spain is also going to be playing against Morocco. And it's funny because now that we think about it, if Spain ended up in first place, like what was supposed to happen, I don't know, guys. Like I feel like Spain in a way kind of wanted to draw away themselves to a different side and not face Croatia, not potentially face Argentina eventually, and not face Brazil eventually. Now they're on the other side. So in a way, we could say that Spain made it easier for themselves by going into second place. If you look at where Spain is at now, they're supposed to be on the other side, but now they're on the other side of the whole knockout round. So crazy, right? It's crazy how football works. Now Japan has a lot of work to do now that they have claimed first place, because they're going to be facing Croatia. You look at who's going to be the winner between 1G and 2H. We have no idea who's going to be in those it's probably going to be Brazil, right? So it's crazy. It's crazy to see how football works. And I'm a little surprised, because I did not expect to see Germany come out this early for the second time in a row. Second time in a row, Germany have been knocked out from the group stages. I don't know what happened. I thought that Germany really had it all to even win this World Cup. And, I never told you guys this, but like I've always said that I think that Argentina will win the World Cup. But I feel like the only team that was able to stop what Argentina was coming with, it was Germany. Germany were the ones to stop this Argentinian side. Now that Germany is out, Argentina have everything in their hands. They have everything in their hands. They have all the opportunity in the world to really win this World Cup, because their route to get to the final is only getting easier and easier. It's only getting easier and easier. They're facing Australia, and then the next game is going to be either Netherlands or USA. Hopefully it's USA. But if it's USA, Argentina can beat USA. I'm a American fan, but Argentina can beat USA, and they can go to the semifinals with no problem, and then eventually face Brazil. So it's crazy how football works. Hansi Flick has a lot of work to do. We understand that Hansi Flick is a brand new coach for Germany. He took over last year, and of course he was going to experience this type of struggle, because the previous coach for Germany, Lowe, I believe that was his name, he was there for like about 10-15 years. 10 or 15, not 10-15 years, maybe about 8 to 10 years. He was there for a good while, and it took him a lot to bring the success to Germany and to win World Cups and of that nature. And Hansi Flick has a lot of work to do. He's very new, also a very new coach. We also have to remember that Hansi Flick is a first-team coach. He became a first-team coach like 2 years ago. So he's new to this type of arena. And I know that a lot of people expected Hansi Flick to bring results for Germany, to go into the semifinals, to go into the finals, because Hansi Flick was the assistant coach of the main coach for Germany. Back in 2018, back in 2014, he was already working with Germany in the national team, and then he took over Bayern Munich, and they came back to Germany as the first coach. So a lot of people expected Hansi Flick to do very well, but when you're actually in that position and you're the first coach, the main coach, things turn out differently. You don't have that experienced coach in the national team, and Hansi Flick right now is not so experienced when it comes to international football. He's experienced in club football, but not international football, and it shows, right? The results, they show. So again, going back to Japan played a wonderful game, and if you even look at the stats here, you can just see that Spain were the ones that were dominant. Like, they had more total shots than Japan. Spain had a total of 12, Japan had 6. Spain had a total of 2 big chances. Japan had only 1 big chance. Spain had 82% of the possession. And I remember in the last 20 minutes of the game, I don't even remember when was the last time Japan even had the ball in the other side. On the other side of the pitch, on Spain's side. Spain only had the possession on Japan's side. And for a good minute, for like about 10-15 minutes, Japan just couldn't get out. We can even look at the shots on target. Spain had a total of 5. Japan had a total of 3 shots on target. Spain had a total of 2 shots off target, and Japan had 2 total shots off target. So Spain were really trying, but only for them to lose. And I don't know, maybe this is telling us that maybe Luis Enrique is going to be taking a huge different approach to this World Cup, and maybe actually start someone like Ansu Fati. Maybe actually start Ferran Torres right next to Ansu Fati and have Ferran Torres as the right winger with Ansu Fati on the left, with Morata as a striker. I think that would be the most efficient front three that Luis Enrique can display, because it seems like right now, at this moment, we did not say this before, but it seems like right now Spain are going through a goal scoring problem. They find it extremely difficult to find goals inside the box. Players like Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, Morata, they can bring that towards you. They can bring that to you. So we did see Ansu Fati come into this game. Ansu Fati did not really do much because Japan were defending in a very low block in the last 20 minutes when they had that 2-1 win. It was a 5-4-1 formation for Japan, and they were just defending the hell out of their lead. They're like, we have this, let's just defend this. Spain cannot get through us. And that is why we did see Ansu Fati like not do anything. Ansu Fati didn't do anything. Alejandro Balde came out. It was a bad game for Spain in the second half. I'm not going to say that they had the worst performance in the second half. They were okay. They had, at the end of the day, they had possession, but I think that Japan were just so much more superior. Like, they knew exactly what they had to do. And, some of the goals that Japan scored were also controversial, right? Like, I'm going to show you guys a picture here. A lot of people are basically saying that, Japan should have never scored that goal. The ball was already outside. But according to the rules and what I'm seeing on Twitter is, if the ball is touching the line, whether it's the tip of the ball, right? Whether it's the tip of the ball and it's still inside the goal, whether it's like a half an inch, or like half a centimeter. I don't know how small that is, but if it's really that much into the field, it still counts as the ball being inside the field. It's crazy how these laws and these rules change. But apparently the ball was still in, because the technology said, oh, this small little piece, the hair of the ball, if there's even hair on the ball, it was inside the field, and that is why Japan still had the ball in play, and they were able to score the goal and basically surprise Spain and be like, what the heck was that? What was this? I did not expect Japan to come out like this, and everybody was in shock. Everybody was in shock. So it's alarming. Again, it's alarming because now we see the weakness of this Spain side. They were not able to cope with it well, and teams like Argentina, teams like Brazil, whether they face them or not, and other teams out there, they're really going to harm Spain if Spain do not switch things up. I would also really add emphasis towards Eric Garcia and really put that player in, maybe try something different. Because right now it's just not working. Spain cannot function against teams who press very, very aggressively. So this is the World Cup, guys. Like what we have been seeing in the past 48 hours, you can just see that even the smallest errors and the finest details and the smallest margins of everything, of every decision, of every play, is going to basically dictate what the outcome is going to be in the future. That is just how crazy the World Cup is. The smallest details can really take you out, right? That fine margin of the ball still being inside the field, that small little space of the ball being inside the field, knocked Germany out, put Spain into second place. So we look at the games that we are going to be having in the round of 16. It is going to be Netherlands versus the US. A great game. I am going to for sure be watching that, and I cannot wait to tap the Netherlands and take down Gakpo. Everybody's talking about how like Gakpo's gonna score all these goals against USA. Bro, just shut up. Just shut up, okay? USA is gonna come in there and they're gonna come in good. The other game is gonna be Argentina versus Australia. I think that this will be an easy game for Argentina. I mean, again, we never know, right? This World Cup showed us so many surprises, but Argentina is gonna be facing Australia. Japan versus Croatia. Again, it should have been Spain versus Croatia, but now it's Japan versus Croatia. Then we have 1G versus 2H. We do not know who are going to be in those positions. We have England versus Senegal. Great game. France versus Poland. Kylian Mbappe versus Lewandowski. And we have Morocco versus Spain. Abde is going to be seeing so many familiar faces against Spain. Like I've said before, this should have been Morocco versus Japan, but because Spain are in second place, they will be facing Morocco. Abde is going to be there. I hope that Abde has a great game against Spain. Even if they do lose, he has a great game because, it's going to be Spain. A lot of people that are going to be working at Barcelona are going to be looking at this game and looking at Abde and how he does perform. And, we need another player in Barcelona that can be ruthless on the wings. Abde could be one of those players. So also congratulations to Abde and Morocco for going into the next round in the round of 16. Great team. They completely deserve it. And I can't wait to see that match. It's going to be a good game. It's not going to be easy. I think that Morocco are really going to be studying what Japan did in order to beat Spain. And boy, let me tell you, if Morocco goes through and Spain comes out, I'm done with football. I'm done with football. But right now, I do have all of the teams still in the round of 16 that I do support. I know that many of you guys are supporting Japan. I know many people supporting Senegal, Morocco also. But there are teams right now like USA, Argentina, and Spain that are still in the round of 16, and they're all there fully functioning. And again, these are the teams I do support, and hopefully they go through into the next round. So prepare for all the memes. If you are one of those people that have been always saying Musiala is better than Pedri, Musiala is gonna bring success to Germany, Pedri can't do anything for Spain. Now look at where everything's at now. Like, I'm not even trying to put like toxic stuff out there. Like, I'm not trying to do that, but just look at how far Spain have gotten with Pedri and how far Musiala has gone with Germany so far. Musiala was actually one of the best players against Costa Rica, but he can only do so much. And now you're going to see all these memes on Twitter, like, look at where Musiala's at with Germany out of the group stages, and look where Pedri's at in the round of 16. Like, Pedri does not talk elimination. So that will be wrapping up today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one.